welcome back to WWE Supercard. We're going to move right on into this, and I want to talk about my King of the Ring. It's hard. I was very excited when I turned it on and saw that there was only one other human in my King of the Ring. And I figured, okay, this is perfect. I'm going to be able to make the finals easy. I've been talking to the guys saying, it'll be easy. But, I've heard of people losing to the bots, if they don't have full energy or stuff like that. It's happened to me. Now, I'm at full energy in a lot of these games, and I'm against the super bots. So I figured, people were saying that there were bots, the bots were too hard, and I was like, I don't understand that. If you have full energy, you can beat the bots. But my Divas stand absolutely no chance, and this Del Rio stands no chance. If my two Diva matches and Del Rio are called in and they're at full energy, I'm not going to win. So there's only one other human, and what position am I in? I'm in 4th place, which is going against the guy in 1st place. So I've really got to step it up and hope I win. These two have lost the last couple, so hopefully I can move up into 2nd or 3rd just to get a free Survivor card out of it, because these are the mega bots. I feel like I'm talking about Transformers or something. But, yep, so let's just head right into Road to Glory. You see we're at 120 out of 195 for Kane. We're actually still progressing quite nicely through the plus 10s. I'm only going to do 2 of the matches because I'm telling you, these take a while on blue stacks. And it's not milk today, it's Coke. Especially as soon as I hit record with Camtasia, it really slows down this. And as you see by the Cesaro champion, while the last video was rendering, I pulled the Survivor Cesaro. So, the curse continues that I'm constantly pulling these Survivor cards right after I finish recording. And you know what? I'm okay with that now. I'm okay if I don't get it on camera, because I get a Survivor card at the end of it. There's no problem with that. I'm very happy with it. The only thing that would have made it better was if it was a Diva, specifically a Diva Pro. I think while getting that Becky Lynch, the only Diva cards I am missing are Brie Bella. I know I'm missing Brie Bella. And Alicia Fox. I think that's it. Because I've got... And Charlotte. I just remembered there's a Charlotte. So yeah, so we've got ourselves Nikki Bella, Natalya, Naomi, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch. So we're only missing 3 Divas. So we have 6 of the 9. I'm pretty sure I've got that right. So, our chances are a lot better of actually getting a Diva Pro. We've just got to get that new one. I've got that Cesaro. It's not a pro, but, I'll take it. We're going to be getting Kane soon. That's another single. I was hoping that it would be Bray Wyatt as the legendary if they were going through Undertaker's feuds, but I can understand why it's Kane. They are brothers. But, oh jeez, we're only on round 3 of 4. These really do take a while. If only out of the several King of the Rings that we've gotten to the finals already, I think we've gotten to like 8 or 9 maybe. And, the board pulls, the ladder rewards, the packs. Why couldn't one of them just have been Kane? Just to make it easier for me. Because you can get a lot of... I remember in the WrestleMania tier, that's how I made so many pros so quickly. I got very lucky. I think the day the tier came out, I was able to pull 2 edges that day. I got very lucky that day. I remember my freebie was Wade Barrett, and like 40 resets later, I got a WrestleMania Lana. 50 resets later, I got an Edge, and I was working overnight that night, but because the tier had come out, I'd been up all day playing, and I think like my next not the very next reset, but like, I don't know, 15, 20 resets later, I got a second WrestleMania Edge. So I made a WrestleMania Pro like the day the tier came out, really. And on top of that, I got like a Seth Rollins as well, and then that was the first WrestleMania Road to Glory reward for WrestleMania cards. No, that was Cena. I remember it was the next Road to Glory. There was a Seth Rollins, and so I made a pro out of that. I was able to make a pro of the Edge. Of course, everyone had Bret Hart because, there was a glitch for that. Speaking of being this Road to Glory as well, we're pretty close to the 1-year anniversary of Road to Glory. I remember opening up my Christmas presents and going to the bathroom to play Road to Glory to get that Sting card, because that was the very first Road to Glory, and it was glitched as hell to the point where, every match was to your tier. So theoretically, a person who, let's say they had 20 uncommon cards in their deck, could plus 10 the entire way through and get a Bret Hart. So I remember a lot of people weren't happy about that, and maybe I shouldn't have picked that person with more games played than me. But we'll see how that bites us on the ass now. Because they could be like me and just have a lot of trouble making pros. I think we're up to maybe 17 or 18 singles, especially with the Cesaro and Becky Lynch. So we got 6 divas, and I think maybe 13 solo superstars. Of course, that's all going to be different after we get this Undertaker. I can start, with much more solid King of the Ring decks. I can take away that Del Rio that's in the solo slot and put an Undertaker in there, and hopefully, even going against these Megabots won't affect me. It's the Diva I really need now, just to help, because I don't know how overpowered these bots are, but it's insane how much they're doing. Even, I think they had 2 Diva Pros, and their energy was like at yellow, and they still beat my Diva tag team. So I never really believed when people said the bots are too hard, they need to drop the difficulty. I just thought they were blowing smoke out of their ass, that these bots aren't that hard. Like, I don't understand what's going on. But now I agree, because even today I saw on the forums someone was almost making fun of someone for losing to a bot, saying, how could you lose to a bot, blah, 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 things like that. And if you asked me 3 days ago, I would have told you the exact same thing. Like, how could you lose to a bot if you've got full energy? That they're weaker, and I'm going to, they say in fighting, when you fighting games like Marvel vs. Capcom, you gotta respect the opponent. Like, don't just go all guns blazing, and you gotta respect the fireball, respect the low kick, everything. Respect the bots right now, because they are the most powerful things in this game. But at least they're not putting bots in Road to Glory like before. I remember a plus 10, what was their name, like Banana Man or Anyone Want Peanut, stuff like that, and their entire deck was the old PCC pros and other like Road to Glory cards and stuff like that. Yes, they were improperly pro'd, but if you've got a deck of them, you couldn't beat them. At the end, right before Season 2 came out, my entire deck, except for Divas, were event cards or WrestleMania fusions. My weakest card, I think, was Neville. Road to Glory Neville, I think, was the weakest card that I had. So, that's the end game, essentially. even if I did go against a bot back then with, you know, every single PCC card, even the losers, like they were improperly pro'd so that their stats were still very high, it wouldn't have mattered to me because I still had every single event card. There was no way they could touch me. It was insane. Okay, so let's just get this last round over with. Yeah, the Stone Cold card is insanely good. I think power and toughness, you can get a plus 18 on with tokens, which is, I think that's the highest. I think like Undertaker has the same thing as well. But that's got me very excited to make a pro. He's very, you know, high level. Like it's the card that has the highest stats right now in my entire deck, out of singles at least. So I'd really like to make a pro. And hey, an Ultimate Warrior. I still don't know what the Ultimate Warrior's actual survivor picture looks like. Same as I didn't know what Gold Dust was until I got it. I pretty much know what all the other ones look like, but there's a couple that I have no clue what they look like. It just seems like people don't get them as often. I rarely see any Ultimate Warrior, actually. Like, I think I've got one legendary one. I got that from a pack. But, I don't know, Ultimate Warrior's always been a struggle for me to pull in any tier, in any game. Well, let's get these last 6 cards. Who knows, we'll get that Survivor pull. If not, I'm looking forward to pulling my Survivor while this video renders. And hopefully it would be a pro. Hopefully it'd be like... Let's go Bailey, because I know she's a very good diva in this game. So that's going to be it for today. When we check back in tomorrow, perhaps it'll be this getting finished. Even if I play throughout the night and I get pretty close, I may just record that and save it for tomorrow. Because the King of the Ring ends maybe 4 in the morning the next day. Maybe not that late, but that's all it's going to be for today. Currently at 140 points in Decane. Thank you all for watching. Please take care.